Hey guys, Electro Ninja here. So, did you guys see the trailer? I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about yet, unless you read the title. We're talking My Hero Academia, not the movie, but we are talking about it. So, yes, My Hero Academia, the next season. Oh boy. If you guys have seen the trailer, then awesome. If you haven't, go watch it before continuing this video because we're going to be talking about it. So, obviously, as well, this video does have some spoilers, but I'm going to try and keep the spoilers to a minimum. So definitely just be aware of that. So the first thing to note is that this trailer gave us the opening theme, at least a little bit of it, which is also really cool because we got to find out who the band is that will be playing it. Now, I haven't done enough research on them yet to actually say, go listen to their music yet, but definitely something that but the way the song worked, it definitely sounds like it's going to work really well for this arc. Mostly because this arc is a very dark-ish arc with a lot of combat that takes a decent amount of time. Like, holy cow, this arc is huge. Like, I think some arcs took like maybe 3 volumes before. This one takes 5, I think. It takes 5 volumes in the manga to complete. It's huge. It's insane how big this thing is. Like, I believe, yeah, it finished in volume 18. So if you, and I believe it started in 14. So yeah, it's really big. So I guess it's not necessarily exactly 5, but it's close enough for jazz. It's really long. And that's saying something because most arcs in this, most seasons take about 6 volumes. Not a joke at all. So, yeah. So this arc is absolutely huge, and it's going to take up the majority of this season. But whatever happens, I think that this is going to be one of the best seasons that we've ever seen. Especially considering the fact that the second arc of this season is also a really freaking good one. Now, the first thing of note is that this arc introduces us to a new main character, that being Airy, who is really an awesome character that I absolutely love her. She's just the sweetest little girl, and I'm so glad that we're gonna that those of you who haven't read the manga will finally get to meet her. She's awesome, and it yeah, I can't continue to talk about her without too many spoilers, so we're gonna move on. Um, so obviously, since this is such a long arc, they have to make sure that they do it a lot of justice. Which, from the trailer, I would like to say that they are going to do a really good job. In fact, I actually said over on my Twitter that I have one complaint, just one, and that is for Ryoko, whatever her name is. I'm forgetting what her name is. The Dragoon hero. She's like, what's actually surprising is that she's actually one of the top 10 heroes. If you guys don't know that, then read the manga. But yeah, she's one of the top 10 heroes before too long, and yeah, she's a really awesome character. But her quirk allows her to change into a dragon. Now, as she is known as the Dragoon hero, what would you imagine? Maybe someone who kills dragons, which, if you've played Final Fantasy, that's completely understandable. But the other thing that's also important is that you think of dark clothes, which they did extremely well with her normal outfit. If you guys, you don't see very much of it, but for a brief second, you do see a clip of her in her normal outfit as in her human form. And it does look like her outfit is black, which is a good color for a dragoon. But then in her dragon form, she's a white dragon with a few accented brighter spots or yellow spots. But her outfit, I believe, was yellow and red, which is just kind of confusing. It changed from being a black outfit to being yellow and red. It might have been that this was just a small portion and not the majority of, like, this might just be one part of the thing and not actually most of the time when she's fighting. The thing is that when you are creating something like this, you can't necessarily have a giant black dragon for the most part, because that would make her almost invisible to the background. You do have to have some white lines, and you have to have some lines. You can't make this perfect. So even if she is white in the comic or the manga, she should still be darker color. Just saying. I don't know. That's the only thing that bugs me. So I don't know. We'll see what happens exactly when we actually reach the show, but that's my only complaint. Now, what exactly is going to be happening in this season? Obviously, we're going to be going with a decent amount of stuff from the first arc, and that's going to be the majority of this season. But is there going to be a second arc? And I would like to say that most likely there will be. If you guys have read the manga, then you know that there is actually one point where we actually get to see Bakugo and Todoroki go off and do their training for their professional licenses. And we also get to see a few other characters, a few other times where we see a few other characters, but primarily the season focuses on Deku, Uraraka, Tsuyu, and especially Kirishima. No one else is really important, at least of the main class. There are some points where these characters do get their chances to shine. Specifically, Jiro gets a time to shine in the second arc, and I will be talking a little bit about that in a little bit. But no one else really gets any chance to shine. So I could definitely see us getting parts of it with, perhaps we will see a little bit with Tokoyami's job, which might not be that much, but it's definitely something that could be possible, along with a few other characters getting their chance to shine, maybe a little bit more with Todoroki and Bakugo. But we'll have to wait and see what exactly happens in the future. Now, after we get done with this arc, which is a huge arc, do not get me wrong, and it's probably going to be taking up the majority of this season. But considering the fact that the trailer did actually reveal a little bit about what happens at the end of it, I am inclined to think that this season will not end here, but rather it's going to end in the second arc, which is a much shorter arc, only about 2 volumes. That's not even a joke. That's actually how long it is. So, yeah. Most likely what we'll be seeing is we'll see a little bit with the festival arc, which is not the sports festival. It's a different festival that's more aimed for the other classes. But of course, the main characters from Class 1A get to put on a performance about, or as like a band and dance group. And it's I'm excited to see what happens in that, because they didn't actually put the songs in the actual manga. So whatever happens, I'm excited to see what songs they play. They may do that only in Japanese when they bring it over to America, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. It might also be that might be whatever song that they do there, that might actually be the opening for the second arc, which is a really awesome arc that I think really introduces us to some really amazing quote-unquote villains. So I'm excited for that, and I know that you guys will be as well once we reach there. Unfortunately, the festival arc most likely will be the end of this season. Sadly. Uh, Mostly because of the fact, even though it's a small arc with a little bit extra at the end of Volume 20, it does seem like the right place to end this season, with a huge arc and a small arc. And then we can actually go into the next season with the end of Volume 20 and the beginning of, and the rest of Volume 21 through whatever we go to. Mostly because of the fact that Volume 20 actually ends with stuff that doesn't necessarily heavy hit, but it does bring up some interesting questions with the whole idea of hero society and who exactly is Endeavor as a hero. So absolutely they could continue with the season and after this festival arc, but I think that after the festival arc would actually be the best time to end it. Having them go off and with this now complete, they end the season with a little bit into the look of pro hero society, and that will begin the new arc, getting us to understand the ideas of all of these pro heroes that we're going to be seeing in this new season. And the way that it concludes it in the manga, this portion of the season, it feels like the place where they usually end these seasons. If you actually have read them, if you've seen the previous seasons, then you know that in season 1, when they ended it right as they were beginning the sports festival. In season 2, they ended it. I'm forgetting where right now, but because I haven't watched that season in a while. But in season 3, the way that they ended it was they began talk of the work studies. They hadn't necessarily gone to begin their work studies, but they introduced some of the characters, and it's definitely something that we will be seeing very soon, and I know that you guys are excited for. But anyways, guys, I want to know what you guys think of the new season of My Hero Academia. Are you excited for it? And if so, what's your favorite part of this season? But anyways, guys, let me know down in the comments as well just which character is your favorite from this new arc or this new season. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like. If you guys are new, then please subscribe and ring the notification bell, because we will be discussing a lot of the stuff that goes on throughout the next few months. But anyways, guys, I have been Electro Ninja, and I will see you guys next time. But on.